Hello guys and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. Today I have for you a wildcard guide for game week 19. I will be going through what I think is the best team going forward from now until the end of the season. If you enjoy the video, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And now, without further ado, let's jump into the team. First, we are starting with the goalkeeper's position. Before going into them, I will tell you that I've spent 100.8 million for this team if you don't own any of the players in it, but some of the picks are very popular, so there is a high chance that you own at least one or two of them and you'll be able to spend even less for this. As saying, with the goalkeepers, I have Kepa and Ward in goal as my duo because I think they bring very high value for their price. Kepa is 4.6, he is just back from injury, he kept a clean sheet, Chelsea has a double game week next week, but even without this double game week, I think it's a very good option to own him because it's a top 6 defense with so less to spend, and Ward is just Ward, he's 4.1 and he plays for Leicester, he is a starter, and if something happens to Kepa or there is a blank or something, Ward can fill in. So this is a very good duo and in my opinion the best duo out there. Ederson and Alisson deserve a shout out, but they're just too expensive and their defenses are not so much better than Chelsea, so I don't see me using any more money than those two. Next, we are going to discuss the defense. First of all, we're going to talk about Trippier. I don't think we have to talk a lot about him. He is just amazing. He's the highest points earner defender. He is amazing. He's a bonus point machine. He scores goal, he assists, he keeps clean sheets. I think it's a no-brainer to go without him until the end of the season. Next is Saliba. Here you can go with White or Gabriel if you don't have the money for Saliba. But I think that Saliba is just the best defender in Arsenal's defense this season. He was 4.5, so if you own him from the start of the season, you just keep him. But if not, for 5.3, you receive a very good defender in the top of the league team, and he's providing goals, bonus points as well. So Arsenal defender is a must for me in the wild card. It's your decision who to buy, but for me Saliba is the best if you have the money. The next two players are Dunk and Castan. I think they're playing for relatively good teams. Yeah, Leicester are not so good defensively since the restart, but Castan is playing well. They conceded 2 own goals from Liverpool, but there weren't many chances apart from that. Dunk is playing for Brighton. Brighton are very good defensively, as you all know for past seasons. Yeah, Potter is out, but the coach right now is playing similar style, and Brighton are just a very good team, and for this price those two defenders are amazing. Here you can go for a Newcastle defender for Botman or Burn or even Shar if you have the money, but if you want to keep Newcastle space free for someone that explodes because they're a top 3 side right now and maybe another player explodes, you see in midfield that I have one player more from Newcastle, so this will block me to add any more. But if you don't agree with me and think that Newcastle defense is the best, just pick Burn or Shar or Botman. It's basically the same with the 3 of them, as Shar being the most expensive and Botman being the cheapest. I personally prefer Burn and I have him in my team, but yeah, I think the 3 of them are equal and they're very good. And the last guy here is Patterson. He is our 5th defender. With the wildcard being played, it's very important to have 15 playing players, because until the end of the season you won't have the opportunity to change drastically your team without losing points. So playing players are important. So here Patterson for 4.0 gets the notch because he's good. He's not playing in a very good side, but he's 4.0. What can you expect from him? Maybe an out clean sheet here and there, or maybe an assist even, but he's just for the playing minutes. And if something drastically happens for your team and you lose 2 of your other defenders or someone up front, you can use Patterson. Going into the midfield, the first midfielder is the highest earner, it's Almiron. He's just playing very well right now. He's cheap, he's 5.9 if you buy him right now. Yeah, you may have missed his purple patch, but I think he will continue delivering even with Saint Maximan returning to the site and maybe Isaac, maybe there will be changes, but I think Almiron deserves to start each and every game for Newcastle, and as I already mentioned, they are a top 3 side, so he is scoring goals for a top 3 side, which is amazing, and for this price I think you have to own him. Next is Odegaard. I think Odegaard is just a cheap De Bruyne. Maybe you won't buy De Bruyne because he's too expensive, but Odegaard has only 4 points left for around 6 million less, which is absurd. He's just controlling the whole game. If you want De Bruyne, go for him, but Odegaard is providing similar numbers for cheaper price. I'm a little bit sorry that I didn't pick Odegaard in my team selection, but I may change him soon. And the other guy from Arsenal here is Martinelli. Another option is Saka, but if you don't have the money for Saka, go for Martinelli. They are returning similar numbers as well for a cheaper price. So Odegaard and Martinelli, together with a defender from Arsenal, are the 3 picks that, in my opinion, will lead you to a great success going forward and until the end of the season, because Arsenal are just so good. The 4th player here is Andreas Pereira. I don't think he needs explaining. He's cheap, he's nailed, he's scoring goals, he's assisting, he's taking set pieces. He has a double game week next game week, so I think it's very good to start and pick him because, as I already mentioned, 15 players are very, very important for your side and you need to own them, and maybe you will receive some points on the bench that you won't be able to get, but it's better to get them on the bench and then include them into your team rather to have someone who is not playing and doesn't have a potential to return. And the last player here is Salah. I think Liverpool are great going offensively. Yeah, they're missing so many great chances, but Salah for me is a very, very good option. De Bruyne is a shout out here as well because City has 2 double game weeks fixtures going forward. But if you are not very keen with owning a lot of City players because of rotation, Salah is a great option unless you want to own KDB as I do. Maybe the things that I said about Odegaard are true, but KDB is amazing as well, and he's providing more than Salah right now. And I think with the double game weeks coming fast, another City player may be great for you. So maybe pick De Bruyne, maybe pick Salah, that's for your preference. And Salah is 0.4 more expensive than De Bruyne, and they're returning similar numbers, so it's your decision here, but I may go for Salah if I use my wildcard soon. Last but not least is the forward line. I don't think I need to explain Haaland, he's just OP. You have to pick 14 other players and Haaland all the time. If you don't agree with anything else I'm saying, just pick Haaland because he is returning ridiculous numbers, and I think next season his price will be so high, but for now it's 12.2, which is way cheaper than Salah and KDB, and you get returns each and every game week. So please pick Haaland, please captain him almost every week. It's for your own good. The next player is Mitrovic. Mitrovic has a double game week coming, and in my opinion, he's less valuable than Ivan Toney, but Ivan Toney went out with injury, and I think Mitrovic is as good as him, maybe less good, but close enough. And he's having penalties, he's their talisman, he will score a lot of goals. And if you want to own someone that can return game in, game out, just pick Mitrovic. He is very, very good. And the last player here is Mr. Consistent Harry Kane. He's returning ridiculous numbers, and the only reason he's not being talked enough is because of Haaland. But Harry Kane, don't let him fool you. He has a double game week next game week 20, and he will be a great captain shout out, even though they play against Arsenal and City. I think he can score in both games because it's just Harry Kane and he is world class. So in my opinion, he's a great option for your team. Yeah, this draft contains 3 premium guys and you don't own someone around the 8.0 in midfield, but you can always change Martinelli or Odegaard, or you can always drop Kane or Saul or KDB for someone cheaper and use the funds to fund your team. But I think right now a premium is the way to go. So guys, these are my thoughts for the wildcard draft that I have prepared for you and the different players you can pick. If you're still watching, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel because many more videos are coming your way, and be sure not to miss any of them. But for now, I'll be going out, guys, to celebrate the New Year's Eve, and I'll see you next time. Bye!